Hi everyone, my name's Anjali and welcome today to our WOCY family breaks with children and tweens, where we are celebrating Walking on Stilts Day. So the skills that you need to be able to walk on stilts are those of being able to stretch, because your legs are going to be stretched a little bit in particular ways because you are trying to reach up tall, but also to be able to balance. So to be able to balance in a different way. So like you're walking, but you're off the ground. So you're having to balance a little bit more and a little bit better. So we're going to practice that in our little session today as we remember to be kind, really be kind and listen to our bodies to only do what is comfortable. Balances are sometimes easy, sometimes hard. Some days we find it easier than others. Stretches can sometimes feel comfortable and sometimes not. So really listen to your body and be kind. And as we're going to be balancing, moving around a little bit, really important to do that thing that we always do, and that's respect your space. So make sure that you've cleared some space for you to do this yoga today and respect the space of anyone else you're doing yoga with as well. If you feel like you're going to topple over, going to fall over a little bit, just put your feet down nice and flat on the floor so that you are ready to try your balances again. Okay, let's start with our WOCY breath and let's help ourselves to start feeling balanced. So this is about making both sides of your brain really strong. You've got a side of your brain that's really good at doing maths and science, and you've got a side of your brain that's really good at doing story writing, drawing, colouring as well. And we want to make sure that both of those sides work really well together, well by themselves, but also together. So we're going to do our alternate nostril breathing where we breathe in. So put one finger on one side of your nose, breathe into the other side. Close that side and open the first side and breathe out. So we're breathing in and out of one nostril at a time. So breathe in through this one and out through the other. Breathe in through this one and out through the other. One more time, breathe in through this one and out through the other. Good job, right. Whew. We're ready to do our little WOCY warm-up. As there are some really interesting things I have found out about stilts. So let's stand up. I want you to stand up in any way that feels comfortable without using your hands or using them as little as possible. So we're going to try and stand up either straight up or we're going to go from our knees and up we stand, whichever feels right for you today. Right, we are going stilt jousting. This has been done in Belgium for 600 years in the place called Namur. So a joust is a really big spear. You often hear of horse jousting back in medieval times, where two people rode horses and they rode towards each other and people would try and push the other person off with their joust. But this one is done with stilts. So I want you to come up onto your tiptoes because we're stretching as if we're standing on tiptoes. Stand really tall, strong and balanced. Arms out to the side. Your arms are your spear, remember? And I'd like you to walk sideways, okay? So we are sideways stilt jousting because we're having to move with our spear. Woo! Now, I don't think I'm walking in a very straight line. Can you walk in a straight line as you walk sideways on your tiptoes? Now, we're doing our WOCY warm-up. We're starting to stretch the backs of our legs. We're definitely making our shoulders and our arms really strong, trying to keep them up. Shoulder height, don't let them drop. That's easy. We're making everything really strong. But also remember, yes, we're working hard and we're also doing what we can feel comfortable doing without hurting ourselves. Right, that's our WOCY warm-up. Well done. Let's do our WOCY exercise. And today, I would like us to stretch our arms up again as we're going to do another balance. But we'll do our balance with one foot on the floor. My legs are feeling, not my legs, but my arms are feeling a little bit sore from that warm-up. So let's start with our tree pose with our hands together in front of us, and we're really going to concentrate on balancing with and on one leg. So what I'd like you to do is to put one set of toes on the floor and put your heel of your foot just on your opposite leg, okay? Try and push your knee out to the side and stand up tall, okay? Be really tall. Your standing leg is like the trunk of a tree, and it's got roots really, really stretching down into the ground to keep you really strong. Okay, from here, can you have a higher tree branch moving up your leg? It's a short tree branch, and then we're going to have a long tree branch, and it might move in a different direction. You move your tree branch how you like. I'd like some out to the side. We can have some coming out straight. We might wobble, and then we can come down. So I felt myself wobbling, and I didn't want to fall over in case, if I had someone next to me, it wouldn't be very safe for them. So I brought my foot down to the floor. Okay, let's take a big breath in and out as we're going to try and do that wacky exercise, balancing like a tree on our other foot. Okay, so remember, start off feeling that one foot being really strong, roots into the floor. We've got our heel against our opposite leg, toes to the side, knee to the side, as we make a little, I was wobbly already, a little short tree branch. And then I'm going to make that tree branch a bit longer, a bit bendier, in different shapes, bending in different ways. Definitely want to bend it out to the side. So I'm moving my hips and really getting used to making those hips move nice and easily, because in that way, our legs can be very strong and move in any way that we want them to. Right, we're practicing stillness, focus, concentration, balance. Well done. As you come down to the floor. That was excellent. Right. Now, the reason we did a tree there, I forgot to say, is because some fruit farmers still use stilts to pick the fruit from the top of the tree. So let's have a go at doing that quickly with our wacky exercise, as we'll do a little tree pose with a short branch. And then I'd like you to stretch up to grab the fruit and bring it down. Move to the other side, stretch up, grab the fruit, bring it down. Well done. Wow, and can you step and have your feet nice and wide apart? As you can see from this picture I have here, that people use, even today, they still use stilts in other jobs as well. So stilts are things that you don't just see in the circus, but people really, really need to use in real life jobs too. So this is a decorator who's trying to reach up to the ceiling to be able to do some plastering or some building work there as well. So I like us to have nice wide legs, as wide as you can, and still have straight legs. So we're not going to have them so wide so that it's really stretching the inside of our thighs at the moment, and not so we feel like we're going to fall over, so that we can stand up really nice and tall. And then we're going to bend over. So if we're making a roof, we're making a bit of a triangle with our bottom, our 2 feet, like we've got the roof, the ceiling of a building, and we're stretching. Remember, we're doing balances and stretches today, so we're stretching the inside of our legs. We're feeling really strong. Wow, but this is a lovely, lovely stretch. And I wonder if you can take a big breath in and out and stretch all by yourself, not because you're making yourself stretch, but because your body feels that it can relax and stretch a little bit more all by itself. So don't push to make that stretch really painful. Just do a big breath in, out, and see if your body lets you stretch today. Well done. All right, let's bend our knees and come down to the floor, as I'd like us to come and sit down for our wacky time out today. And we're going to think today about the stretchiness in our brain. Our brain is like a computer, and you'll hear me telling you a little bit of a story in a moment that I just want you to think about and imagine what your brain needs to do to stretch out to the rest of your body. So come and sit up nice and tall. Now we want to make sure we're stretching our backs, but not squeezing our shoulders up to our ears, but just so that we're being kind to our bodies. And then close your eyes. You can have your hands on your knees, your hands in your lap. It's really up to you. And as you sit up with your eyes closed, listen to your breathing. Start to think about your brain. Our brains are living organs that have blood pumping through them, so they pulse. So can you imagine there's movement in your brain? And with your eyes closed, just squeeze and stretch your fingers like the blood is pumping through your brain. Okay, it's moving, it's pulsing. Okay, so now put your hands, open up your hands and put the palms of your hands, the insides of your hands close to your head, one hand on each side. Keep your eyes closed. And don't touch your head, just have your hands, one on each side, and feel a warmth in your hands, the energy moving between your brain and your hands. When something's working very hard, it creates a heat and energy. And that's the warmth you can feel. And now as your hands are by your head, your brain, imagine you can see wires, your nerves, stretching down from your brain to your toes, to your feet, your knees, your legs, your tummy, your chest, your fingers, your hands, your elbows, arms, shoulders, neck, ears, mouth, forehead, and the whole of your face. Bring your hands down now to your knees or your lap and send your brain a thank you. Gratitude for being able to send messages, stretching those wires, those nerves out around your body. And that's how it sends those messages so you can learn new skills. Say thank you to your brain for the memory you have, for the imagination you have, so that you can grow, you can be healthy, be kind and strong. And now with your eyes closed, just bring your hands together, rub your hands together to make a heat or warmth between your hands. Cup your hands and put them over your eyes to block out all of the light. Slowly open and close your eyes behind your hands. Spread your fingers apart and pull them down over your face. Take a big breath in. So you stretch your hands up. Look up at your hands if you can. Bring them together. Breathe out as you bring your hands down in front of you. And we bend over a little and say Namaste. The goodness in me honours the goodness in you. And I thank you very much for joining me for our WOCY family breaks with children and tweens, where we have done some balancing, some stretching to celebrate Walk on Stilts Day.